I'm sure everyone has heard about the rise of school shootings in the USA, and yes, we are very aware that school shootings happen all around the world, but you cannot deny that it happens the most in the USA.
Yes, I believe that has much to do with the Second Amendment.
Oh god. Let's jump right into the Second Amendment. I believe if you ask 90% of the people in America to list the Second Amendment, they'll say it wrong.
We have the right to bear arms, right?
Oh my god, they always say it like that. The real Second Amendment states that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms will not be infringed.
I think people only focus on the last part, but don't really look at it as a whole, which they should.
Absolutely, the well-regulated militia part has just been beaten over the head with and forgotten about because I guarantee you, the kids running around with guns and shooting up schools are nowhere near well-regulated militias, and people believe that this is such a good amendment. But I guarantee you if it was their son or daughter dying in the gunfire from these school shootings, that they wouldn't think the same thing.
Right, right.
Does the right to bear arms really mean that much to people? More than human life? Because it sure seems that no matter how many people get killed in these school shootings, that amendment doesn't get taken off, or even at least adjusted.
Well, now, the idea is to arm teachers with weapons so that when the situation occurs, they can take out the school shooters and reduce casualties.
I wonder how that conversation went down. Actually, I know what we'll do. Using some hell magic, I will transport ourselves into the body of the president and a member of his party.
This isn't gonna be good.
Sir, we just got a report of a massive rise in the amount of school shootings. They're happening almost every single day. We have to do something. Sir?
School shootings, huh? I've got an idea.
That's great, sir. What do you have in mind?
The answer's obvious, isn't it? More guns!
Sir?
No. Listen to me. I think I've just hit a gold mine of ideas.
Sir, I'm not doubting your judgment or anything, but I think guns were the problem in the first place.
But I said more guns.
But I don't think that would...
I said more guns.
But...
More
not
guns.
But... Sir...
More guns.
But...
More!
Okay, now that was a little bit exaggerated, but the point still stands.
Now, right, you do see how counterproductive that is. Think about the mental strain put on the teacher, never mind the students.
Yeah, like knowing that potentially if that situation occurs, the teacher will have to go out there and shoot a child.
Now, some of them have pulled the fire alarm and waited for that terrible incident to take place, but does that mean that every time the fire alarm goes off, the teacher will have to rush out armed? Could you imagine what the children are thinking? Running out with a teacher who has a gun in their hand?
No, you can't. And there's also the fact that every time this may happen, the kids will have to wonder if they're going to die or potentially one of their classmates might die.
And who's to say that this won't result in teachers shooting schools? They now have the weapons and the training to do so. They're human just like these people are.
I would agree on that point because I'm sure you can go to any school and ask a teacher and they will say that they have been very angry or upset doing their job more than once. And while in normal circumstances, they would just have to deal with their anger quietly and keep it to themselves, what's to stop them now from doing something they might regret in an enraged state?
You know what happens if the circumstances does come up where they have to take the shot and end up shooting the shooter? Do they go back to teaching? Because usually it's a student who does the school shootings or a young person. So after the shooting, a young person, do they now get paid leave? Or go back to teaching after a duration of time? Either way, it sounds like it would be an issue with tax money or a teacher who shot a student still in employment.
Not to mention their emotional state as well. A teacher is a teacher to pass on knowledge to the next generation. How would they feel when they have to cut short the life of a future generation?
Speaking of the future, now if you want to become a teacher, I imagine you would have to learn how to shoot a school shooter. If that circumstance were to come up, I imagine that's going to send quite a few people down a different career path, including already employed teachers, as some of them wouldn't even be in a school with metal detectors at the door, never mind now having to learn this messed up training.
Yeah, that would definitely close the option of being a teacher off to some people's career choices.
You know, you can teach how to end a life, but you can never teach them how to live with their life after. Committing that act, I'll give them the tiniest benefit of the doubt. That this has the ability to reduce injury, but under very, very, very specific situations. And there's just not enough pros to outweigh the cons.
Exactly. We can see how it would reduce casualties in those situations, but there are too many ways for it to hurt everyone involved, not just physically, but mentally as well.
One thing is for certain. No matter the situation, whether the teacher school shoots the shooter, or the shooter shoots everyone else, no one wins. We're just playing the lesser of two evils, and quite frankly, it's hard to determine which one is the lesser.
Yeah. So, at the end of this short thoughts video, we just want to say now, we're not professionals or anything.
Not a chance. We're just two
Not a
people with
bit.
opinions.
And we just have opinions, and that's exactly what this is. This is a conversation. This is just us spouting off some opinions. And if you guys have any critiques of what we could actually use to strengthen this argument, if we were to bring it into a debate, please post it down in the comments below, because we would enjoy seeing that and how we would reinforce arguments for a situation like this, which is everyone can kind of agree clearly.
There is some madness to this. Like, no one can fully say, yeah, this is a 100% step in the right direction. And many decisions are never 100%, but this one is really out there.
I feel like this is just like 15%, 10% maybe. Not even past 50. It's like, it's such an idea, which is like, it's exactly as you were saying before, the pros outweigh the cons. There's not enough good things that come out of this in order to reduce the bad things that come out. In fact, there's probably only like one good thing that comes out of it, and that you can reduce casualties, but all the bad things like mental instability after the fact, shooting a child, children having to witness that in a school if it does occur.
And even if it's not a child who's the shooter, despite that, you'll still have to shoot someone. That's still going to play with their mind. And if they make the shot, never mind if they kill him, that's even worse.
Yes, and then you have to wonder about the position of teachers as well, right? They don't sign up to have to maybe shoot someone as a guard or something. If this, you know what I think? If there is these situations happening, why couldn't maybe have someone suggested putting guards? I know everyone doesn't want the guarded atmosphere in the school and stuff like that, but when the teachers the ones who teach the students have to take it into themselves to potentially shoot someone else, they didn't sign up for that.
And it's not like the students don't know that teachers have the guns. They know they have the guns.
Yeah.
So that guard feeling is going to be there irregardless. And I get it. If they had guards, it would cost money to pay them and all that stuff. But really? Is this the better way to save money, or we're going to do it this way?
I bet you not even one of these teachers thought that they'd be signing up to become practically an in-school military when they signed up as a teacher.
And neither did the students.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as we said before, these are all opinions. These are what we think should have happened or should not have happened, or simply what we think about it.
If you have a point to fight one of our arguments, we'd love to hear it, and we might even make a kind of a response video to it. We're not the best at this, but you know what? We had opinions, and very strong ones at that, so we put this together, and we hope you enjoyed.
Well, frankly, that's an understatement. We're just starting out here.
Yeah,
we still have a long way to go, but, you know, all help is appreciated.
But despite all the good news, our opinions are very grounded. They're true to their word. We did make a couple jokes with the little scene and stuff, but our opinions are as true as we say they are. This is a bad idea, and I really feel like it's just going to lead to bad things happening. Mm-hmm. Even if there are no school shootings happen, that feeling must put so much strain on the kids and still the teachers. So,
yeah. By the end of the day, we thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll hope you turn into our next videos in the future. So as right now, I'm Mark.
I'm the Devil.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.